So now let's get started with the paper space or the layout views. So up to this point we have made all of our drawings in the model space, and model space is generally used for creating the drawings. But layout space is reserved for creating our plot settings and for creating drawings which are to be plotted. So here we have these three drawings in the model space: the floor plan, the east elevation, and the front elevation. Now in order to move to the layout view, you can go to the tab, and when the cursor goes there it will show the layout tab. So here we have this layout 1 and layout 2. So these are the default layouts which are already present. So you can switch to any of them simply by clicking on it, or you can also go to this bottom side, and here on the bottom left you'll see this layout 1 tab, layout 2 tab, and also the model tab. So you can switch in between model and layout views using these tabs. Now these tabs are generally visible by default, but if you are not able to see these tabs, you can go to the view tab here and you can activate this layout tabs option. So if this option is not active, the tabs will not be visible here. So you can click on it to make them visible. Now I'll go back to the home tab, and now let's go to this layout 1 tab here. So by default these two tabs will always be present, but if you want to add more tabs, you can simply click on this plus icon, and that will add the new tab with the default name of layout 3, layout 4, and so on. But you can change these names selectively. For example, in this case we have this layout 1. Let's say that we want to change it, and I'll change it to floor plan. So I'll just double click on this and now enter the text, and here we have it, the floor plan. Now click outside and the layout tab has been renamed. Alternatively, you can also right click on them and simply select rename option if you want. Now when you go to any of these layout tabs, for example I'll select this floor plan, and here we have some of these settings which are specifically related to the layout tabs. The first thing which you will notice is this gray background. So that's the inactive page area, and this white active area is the paper or the final page on which you will plot your drawing. So layout is simply like a preview of your final print. So here we have the page, and on this page, on this white paper, we will arrange all the components of the drawing before getting our final output. Now here we have this dotted line also. So this is the plotter margin, and anything which is beyond this plotter margin will not be plotted. This plotter margin is dependent on the type of plotter which you have selected and also on the paper size. So if you change the plotter margin will change accordingly. Currently a default paper size has been set. So in order to check the paper size or the settings of plotter, you can simply go to this floor plan, right click, and select page setup manager. Alternatively, you can also go to this layout tab, which will be active as long as you are in this layout view. So whenever you switch to any of these layout views, this layout tab will be active. Now from this layout tab, simply click on this page setup, and this page setup manager window will pop up. Here you will see all the details. For example, the plotter, which is DWG to PDF. So that's the virtual plotter which is selected. And also we have the paper size, which is 11 by 8.5 inches. And landscape mode has been selected, as you can see here. So these are the settings which are currently applied to the layout. You can absolutely change these settings, and we'll learn about changing these settings in the upcoming videos. For now, I'll simply click on close. Now here we have a viewport with this rectangular boundary. We'll learn about viewport also in a moment. For now, I'll simply select it and I'll erase it. Now we have a completely blank sheet of paper with the plotter margin, and we are free to arrange our drawing on this paper in whatever way we want. Now there are many conventions of paper sizes. The most popular one is the ISO A series. So you must be working with ISO paper sizes like A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, and so on. So these are the popular type of paper sizes which are generally used in the drawing offices, and there is a specific relation between these different kind of paper sizes. The biggest paper size in ISO A series is the A0 or the A0, and the area of that paper is 1 meter square. So the A0 paper size has an area of 1 meter square, and also if you divide the length of that paper with its width, the resulting value will be equal to √2. or 1.414. Now, this specific relation between the length and width of paper size is maintained in all of the papers of A series. So if you take any paper, for example A1, and if you divide its length with its width, the result will be root 2. If you take A2 paper and divide the length by width, it will be root 2, and the same convention will follow for rest of the paper sizes. Also, when you take the A0 paper and when you fold it from the center along the longer side, that paper will become A1. Similarly, if you take A1 paper and fold it from the center line along the longer side, then that will become A2. And similarly, if you fold A2 from the longer side from the center, it will become A3, then A4, and so on. So that's a specific relationship which is maintained for the ISO A series of paper. There are also some other series of paper, for example the NC series, the B series, ISO B series, and there are lots of other conventions, and all of these paper sizes will be available with your plotter. But most popularly, ISO A series is used, and we'll use the same ISO A series in our examples. So that was an introduction to the paper space or the layout and different paper sizes.